Hello, everyone. It's me, Captain Blueberry Buckaroo, aka Lancer737, and I'm going to visit everyone's Equestria, but obviously not in one setting because there's no way that's going to happen. I just thought I should show you guys something in the game that's kind of funny. Another part of the game is kind of starting to break for me. As you may have noticed, I've beaten the campaign for the Valentine's Day, at least the first one. Hopefully, there's another one, but I've beaten one of them already, just because either by glitch, or maybe they didn't care, or maybe they wanted to ward people. They didn't make it so I had to rebuild Shining Armor's gear or clothes for the campaign. I immediately had it maxed out. And because I also had all of his helpers, I literally beat the entire campaign in one day, less than a day. So instead of having to use up all the coins to craft anything, I just have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of coins. Look, the number has broken. The number five, if you see it, there's a number five that's hovering almost completely over the sale symbol underneath the coins. I hope I'm going to get a lot of rubies. I hope I don't get banned either. I wouldn't be surprised if they did just out of spite, which, would not be good for me because I love this game and I'm not really doing anything wrong. It's their fault that I instantly had Shining Armor's gear completely. So I shouldn't be punished for that. But that's funny that I have 2,443,865 coins. And the irony is they'll probably be like, that's equal to 5 rubies. It's like, really? Well, it'll be more than that. It'll be like 50 rubies. Here's your 50 rubies for the 2 million coins you have. Wow, the rubies must be really expensive. No, not really. We're just very, very, very cheap. So, that being said, wait. Just making extra sure I did set them up to go back on their quest. It's been a long time since I actually won first place with the awards. See, what I do, if I notice that it's going downhill really fast because people are using a lot of rubies to stay in first place, I'll purposely go into third place just to win the rubies. Don't really care about the second place stuff usually. Sometimes the second place stuff is cool, so then I will go for it, but usually not. So, yeah, it's a good idea just to go for third place because the 20 to 50 rubies, it fluctuates. The 20 to 50 rubies will come in handy more so than the second place item, unless second place happens to be rubies, which if it is, it will probably be more, you'll get more if you win that. But you get the drift. I just have more use out of getting rubies than the second place prize. Okay, so first things first. Let's go to our incredibly buggy friend list that may or may not work because reasons. Because Gameloft, really. It's not a mystery. Gameloft loves money and they have a buggy friend list. But to be fair, again, I have a feeling it's possible that might have more friends than I was really meant to have. Which, is kind of funny, but at the same time, kind of disastrous for the game mechanics. Guess I'll remind everyone. I doubt they're ever going to accept it, though. Um, let's see. Looks like I'm going to have to resend a couple things. Probably not all, though. Probably. But I hope everyone is enjoying the campaign, and I hope they like the hearts I'm sending them. I kind of miss just sending hearts to absolutely every single person, but it is the easiest way to keep track of where I last left off on whenever I am visiting everyone's equestrian. Um, so, that being said, I hope people have checked out some of the other Hasbro stuff that I brought up in a video or two ago that, is some of my most favorite Hasbro things besides My Little Pony. Um, I think, I already mentioned the live action thing. I don't really have very much more news except for they had just come out with. Wait, I think I mentioned the Potion Pony episode 3 with Rarity. Darn. Well, I'm all out of news. Oh wait, no, I got one. You see, they just revealed that they're gonna have a Sea Pony convention on a cruise liner. It's gonna be like heading from Alberta, Canada to Hawaii, I believe, or maybe vice versa. No, I take it back. It will go through the East Coast and then to. I mean, what? Darn it! It's gonna go through the West Coast and then to Hawaii. But at the moment, I actually would not recommend doing that just because it's the flu season and a whole bunch of other stuff. I would make absolutely sure that there isn't any major illnesses going around before going on a trip like that. Because we've had like 3 or 4 cruise liners literally that are stuck in port because of illnesses. So I'd hate to say it, but I don't recommend going on any sea pony conventions because they normally do take place at sea. And then they go to a tropical resort. Just, it seems like a bad idea at the moment. Which is sad because I've always wanted to go to the Sea Pony convention. It seems like Nicole Oliver, and she plays as Princess Celestia, and also Shirley, she plays as Shirley, and then she also plays as a veterinarian in the show. But she tends to go to those. I shouldn't say always, but she does tend to go to those. Almost all of them. Not sure if she's going to the newest one, but the guy that plays as Big Mac is going to the newest one. So at least he's gone. It's the least likely place you would expect to see Big Mac, but you know what? Oh well. Sometimes even Big Mac needs a cruise. Man, I almost feel like something strange has happened and it's made it so that it's reset absolutely all my progress. Because I feel like I should be feel like I should be done by now, and that I should be where I left off. I'm just, like I said, surprised I don't, see where I left off. I'm kind of worried that the thing is glitched again, which is very unfortunate. Um, Let me know if you guys have ever been to a convention and how much fun you had. I've actually have never ever ever been to a My Little Pony convention. It makes me really sad too, especially since like excluding the Sea Pony one, the other one that I've really 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 wanted to go to really bad was Nightmare Nights, and as you may know, that one has permanently retired. There won't be any more Nightmare Nights, and it's just really sad. Really, really sad. Because that one was one of the few ones that was based off of Princess Luna and Nightmare Moon and Halloween. It actually would take place around Halloween, if not on Halloween itself. Um, okay. Yeah, I definitely. No, I was gonna say it looks like maybe I've gotten to the right spot, but it still doesn't. So, oh, okay. My worries are now over, sort of. Oh, okay, that's another group of weirdness. Yeah. Wow. I don't know if this was all because of glitches or what. Okay, let's see. I think. Wait. Well, that's very peculiar. Let me see if I can even go to it. No. So it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, I think I am at the right spot. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, next is peachy cake. Or not. It was all a joke, all of it. Granny days. I thought it said creamy days. Then I thought of cream of mushroom soup, and I was like, man, I would love to have some stroganoff right now, or maybe Salisbury steaks. As it is for breakfast, I just had a banana nut muffin. I actually would have rather have had banana nut bread cereal over a muffin. Not really the biggest fan of muffins anymore. They have a weird aftertaste to it. I can't describe it. It's not exactly chemical, but it's undesirable. Sure, getting a lot of rejects. Wait, the luck may have run out. Colonial Ghost, that sounds pretty cool. Goldie Star. Berry Pie. Oh, we get to visit Princess, though. Hello, Princess. Happy early St. Valentine's Day. Happy New Year. So let's see how your place is going. They went pretty much straight for the elements, which I don't blame them. Very chaotic, like my original setup for Ponyville. Excuse me. Um, and they kind of got a miniature Cloudsdale going on around. Actually, the element of honesty is more so than a element of loyalty. That's kind of funny, but kind of fits, sort of. If I were to pick a favorite spot, that spot would have to be this one right here. This just looks very nice and cozy, having all the different buildings that are either made with parts of trees or from tree or has lots of snowy trees around it. And the cottages just look very pleasant. Be like a really nice place to take a break and just have hot cocoa and enjoy the view through the window, or maybe even paint the landscape like how Bob Ross would, with lots of happy trees. Okay, so Princess, you did a great job here, and I wish you a lot of luck in the campaign that we're going through. Hopefully, we'll have another one after it. But yeah, anyway, I would have really have loved to have gone to Nightmare Nights. The only other convention besides the Sea Pony one that I want to go to that's still active would be the one that's based off Applejack. That's actually extremely close to me. I just haven't had a chance to go to that either, and I would greatly regret not being able to go to it and then it disappears. I hope that never happens. Great. Things gotta freeze up on me now. If it isn't one thing, it's another thing. Either the friends list doesn't load, or it randomly puts people in places it shouldn't, or it just has a hard time loading while you're trying to scroll through it and takes even longer to get anywhere. It's just fantastic. Wait a minute. Okay. So, Apple Daisy. Of course not. Goldie. For a minute, I thought I was going to go visit. Love Foxy. That's too bad. Jet Pants. Not something you'd want, but unfortunately I can't visit. Fancy Days. Nope. Sweetie. Nope. King. Nope. Violet. Oh, we get to visit Violet. Happy New Year, Violet, and happy early St. Valentine's Day. This place looks extremely good. Um, it is organized, but not symmetrical. And I love all the detailing. I love all the happy trees that are placed throughout this place. It looks very, very nice. Almost looks like they're using like trees as a border wall, which looks pretty cool too. To a degree. It's only going from those sections, but I mean, with the darkness and Nightmare Moon kind of obstructing part of where they can build, that might be why it's not as full as they would like it to be. By the way, don't forget to add Violet Star. Violet Star's friend code is right by their name, and that's also an extremely cool name. I'm greatly enjoying this Ponyville. It looks very, 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 very good. Very good. So, I'm going to have a hard time picking a favorite spot, to be honest with you. But it must be done. And if I were to pick a favorite spot, this looks pretty cool, too. If I were to pick a favorite spot, it would have to be everything that's on the screen. I just really love it. Looks very cozy, very well detailed, and the details that it has, I really dig it. Having the city landscape merged with the wilderness looks awesome. Also, like the idea that this church and or bell tower, I think it's church, is on this miniature island all by itself with beautiful small forest, and it takes a boat to get to it, although technically not really. The ponies easily walk through this river, so I kind of question why I would even have a dock. But either way, it looks really great. Did an awesome job, Violet Star, and I wish you lots of luck in the campaign, and have a good weekend. Probably going to visit one or two more places. Oh, come on. Now it's going to do this. My finger was actually nowhere near the VIP. The music is clearly malfunctioning as well, trying to play two different soundtracks at the same time. Actually, it almost sounds like it was playing three at one time. Which is grievous, of course. Here we go. Sort of, if I'm not screwing it up. Okay, Joey Knight, or Joe Knight, I should say. For a minute, I also thought that was loading. Pinky Pants. Nope. Boyo Beast. Boyo Beast. Fancy Pie. Sapphire. Jetstar. That sounds like a cool name. Also sounds like a Transformers name, too. Cherry. But I'm trying to think. I think it's called like the apple cider something. That's probably not helpful. Apple cider. Man, for some reason, I just can't remember the name of it. Violet cookie. Granny Night. Flitter. Filter. Whatever. Flitter pants. Don't forget to add them. Their friend code is in their name. Hello, and I wish you a happy New Year's and a happy early St. Valentine's Day. I almost said happy Thanksgiving. My brain must be completely malfunctioning really bad because there's names I can't remember and there's things I don't want to say that I keep on almost saying. Like wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving, which is way, 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 way too early. That park is kind of interesting. Already looks pretty nice, Jill. Um, the Dragon Lord crown. Interesting. And then you have this blimp that's parked next to a lava pool, which, if I remember correctly, that's Tempest Shadow's airship. And they have the future equestrian, no, Canterlot Castle. Wait, there's Princess Luna. Wonder if she's going to dance. Be pretty cool if she did. But I don't have time to wait. So we're going to go as Princess Luna is, apparently. Um, it is also pretty much organized. It's definitely not symmetrical. Um, Very interesting to look at. Very open. So, in this place, if I were to pick a favorite spot, that favorite spot would have to be. I like this one. I like everything that's on the screen. Doesn't look completed. It looks interesting that way. It's also touched by being very close to the wilderness and then also having elements of nature still in it, the more primal earthen type with rocks and stuff. Looks really cool. And then you also have Evil Rarity, of course, she's dancing around. Yeah, this is my favorite spot. Anyway, I wish you lots of luck, and I'll move on to the next one. Apple Cider Fest. That's what I want to say. It's the Apple Cider Fest. Which, I mean, technically it's not 100% Applejack theme, but it might as well be. It's normally just Applejack that's on the cover of it, at least that I remember. It might have a couple of other apples on it, but I swear it's just Applejack. Gonna go one more place. Um, but I've actually only ever been to one convention, period. Not just like, specifically My Little Pony. Never been to one of those. But I mean, like, there's just normal conventions, and then there's specialty conventions like, well, My Little Pony conventions, and then like there's Halo conventions, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Um, Star Wars conventions. That would be a specific one. I've never been to anything like that. There was one convention where it's pretty much everything, and it was ironically enough, if I told you the name of it, you would think I went to a pony convention, but it was called Unicon, which sounds very similar to the villain I was talking about before from Transformers, named Unicron, as opposed to Unicon. Um, it was very different. I'm never gonna go through that experience ever again. So first things first, I have a friend that his dad was a Marine and a lawyer, and because of all the work he did, he had lots of money, lots of it, And so, but he's very by the books. And so he bought, well, I should say bought, he rented out a room at the hotel where the convention was for specifically his son and his son's best friend, which, I mean, they're all my friend too, but he was like specifically, it's only for you two. Absolutely no one else will ever be up there. And so the rest of us are like, well, where are we going to go? We can't even afford rooms in this place. And they're like, I got an idea. Let's not sleep at all. It's like, yeah, that's a great idea. I could do that. Nah, spoiler alert, we couldn't. It didn't work. There is no way we could go without sleep. It was ridiculous. Um, so like the major thing that I got into it in that place was the miniature war game part. Played some Warhammer 40K tactical miniature strategy games. I did okay in the giant group warfare part. One on one, I was normally too intimidated because I was pretty much brand new to that kind of thing, so I didn't do so well. If I had the skills I had now, like what I do with a lot of the other RTS games I play, I would have won at the very minimum one or two of those. Um, anyway, Goldie Pie, happy early St. Valentine's Day and Happy New Year. And your Equestria is donut shaped almost. Actually, it is donut shaped in a sense. It looks very interesting that way. Having the middle still covered in Nightmare Noon, the not noon, my Nightmare Moon's darkness. Still looks very interesting, pretty cool actually, and not just because of the snow. Um, there's next to no roads. It's very much reminiscent about. Sorry, it's very much reminiscent of how I used to have my equestrian, which I liked. Felt like I needed to change it. Well, there was advice that I should change it too, but yeah, I still think it's a very nice design. And if I were to pick a favorite spot, it would have to be everything on the screen here. I just like it, and it's very much for the same reasons I mentioned before. Why it's the city or landscaping, and I'm jumbling up words. I know I don't know why. What I was trying to say is I like it for the usual reasons because you have like homes that are either traditional, MLP style wise, mixed with the more natural trees and the landscape, and it's very open. In this case, though, what makes a difference is you have Luna's chariot and the Camelot Castle, and then when the Egyptian, can't remember the pony version of what you would call Egyptian themed buildings, that I think this one has. Um, Great. Now I'm just forgetting everything. It's Rainbow Dash's favorite novel character. For some reason, I can't remember her name. There's just something wrong with me. I don't know if it's because of stress or lack of sleep. I haven't been getting very much sleep. Um, but yeah, that was my favorite spot. And if someone knows the character's name, they should. I should too. I don't know why I can't remember it. Go ahead and post it down in the comments. Anyway, this is the last one of the day, and I wish everyone, including Goldie Pie, lots of luck in the campaign and a good day.